God of War 3 played on Chaos Mode. This is Vic Benedict. Thanks everybody for joining me. This is the first guide, the first game video for this guide that we're going to be doing on Chaos difficulty mode. So this is a Seahorse video, and I'll be putting in links in the description if you just want to skip ahead, and I'll also be differentiating between each of the phases because there are 4 phases of the Seahorse. But for now, we just need to clear a lot of these enemies. And I also was kind of debating whether or not to leave the tutorials in this guide, and I figured I might as well because they're not on every single part of the game. They're mostly in the earlier stages of the game, and they actually have really good tips. And I also felt that since they do tell you good things and tips, that people could benefit from seeing them maybe a second time if they miss them, and maybe in a year from now, if people are asking me how to do it and I just don't know because I haven't played the game in a long time, maybe one of those tool tips will be able to answer those people's questions. So I skip all the cutscenes in this game. Unfortunately, you can't skip the cutscenes. I just find no reason to put the cutscenes in. It would just take up a lot more file space, and upload times would be increased. So we just need to dispatch these soldiers here, these undead soldiers, and then we're going to be interacting with the tree and lifting that up since Gaia blew the fire out. But you do need to clear these enemies, and then we're going to be facing the first boss of this. There's many forms of the Seahorse. We face him here in 4 forms. With no checkpoints, so it's really very difficult. And you see my health is below half, so I'm going into the battle with not much to go on. So if that ever happens to you, just keep playing and keep dying, and then you will get your health slightly regenerated. You don't get it all the way back, but you do. It's the trend of God of War. They give you a little bit back every time, even on the highest mode of play. So just drag this guy up, and then once you get up this cliff face, we're going to face the Seahorse in his first form. Now, the main attacks of this guy is that he swipes at you with his claws, and he shoots that water breath. So you need to stay on one side, or stay in the middle, even better. And then when you see him about to do the water breath, just keep rolling to one side, and then you won't get damaged by the water breath. It's actually very generous, the hit detection. It usually favors you, except if you're like right in the line of the water breath, you're going to get hit. And if you survive, I should say, you'll probably be on the cusp of death. So this is the phase 2, and remember, there's no checkpoints anywhere. And also remember, you have magic. You have a full bar of magic to use. I try to use it sparingly. So this is an upside down fight. When I first fought this fight, I was blown away. So what you primarily want to be doing here is staying on the left or right, and then baiting him into hitting you with his claws. So if you're at the right, for instance, don't overstay your welcome by any means, but just do a couple quick jabs with the square button, and then head on over to the right. And then once you land over to where you just came from, use a triangle move, and then normally at that point he will launch himself up, so you'll know when he's ready to do his moves. So this is the 3rd form of him, and it's kind of hard, but I found out that playing this guy like for the 80th time, that just my old tried and true method worked of just staying in the middle, because he will attack you with his claws, but they're very telegraphed moves. So you see how long of preparation you had right there to move. So then I moved back into the middle, and I'm just doing that because he likes to spray that breath in the middle, so then I can just hop over to the left or to the right, and then head on back to the middle and just see if he does any claw moves. He normally does the breath, and if he does the breath on you, you probably are going to get killed. So this is the final form, and just remember, you have magic at your disposal, but I wanted to go over into this boss and just show you what he does. He likes to do those left and right jabs at you, so just kind of stay back as much as you can. He also does a move where he jabs all of his claws at you, like that move right there. You could hit his claws. That takes away just as much damage as hitting him in the face. Well, I don't know about that exactly, but you see, I thought I was going to get hit right there with his breath, and I thought there was no way out, so I activated the magic. And anytime you feel your case is hopeless for where you're standing and you can't get out of the way, just drop magic, and you're completely invulnerable from any attack. So it's really good, really good attack. So he's got the water breath, and he's got his jabs, which see, I was in the wrong place right there. I should have been over to the right, the farthest right position on the closer to the camera, to the right. So I knew I probably couldn't get out of that attack, so I dropped more magic, and then did the L1 and triangle move to deal some heavy damage to this foe. And now he's tough. We're gonna have to fight this guy in more phases, but this is just the 4 first forms we're introduced to on Chaos Mode, and it's tough. It really is tough. You get dealt a lot of damage. So these quick time buttons are all the square button. I think you do it like 3 or 4 times. And then that's the end of the video. Then we're going to be heading on to Mount Olympus. So we're going to catch on to the mountain, and then I'll see you guys in the 3rd video. So everybody take care. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support.